Okay, so I got this copy of the Jurors Handbook when I was asked to do jury duty, and that was back in 23. So I just want to show, I'm not going to show you the handbook because you can go and look this up yourself, but I'm just going to find the page on evidence because it will give you a clue how courts work. There's a contact if you want to contact the Juries Commission. It's in the county court. So this is an older one anyway, and it's not available publicly, but you don't need to, I don't know if you need to look this one up. Let me just, it's got all the things. It's really helpful. It's got everything, where you can park and what you're allowed to use, etc. I just want to find the page where it talks about evidence. So there's an oath or affirmation. Selected jurors must take an oath, swear on the Bible or in accordance with a religious custom, and make an affirmation to carry out the task faithfully and impartially, and to decide according to evidence. Oath or affirmation must be taken seriously. A couple of stuff if you want to make an affirmation. Okay, so yeah, that's great. I just want to the tip stuff. Oh, the tip staffs are great. Anyway, let's keep going. That's what court looks like. Most people probably don't care much. Jury has to decide who should win the trial. So you can have a criminal or a civil jury. Interesting. Key qualities. So here's some qualities that you need to have. This is probably good in court as well, in general. Come on. Yeah, so use your common sense, listen to all the evidence, don't talk about the case. And that's a court rule in the Supreme Court, not to talk about the case contents while the case is on its, while it's afoot, which means not just when the case hearing is on, but the whole time until it's fully decided and put into the court record. So here it is. So assessing the evidence. You're required to decide all questions of fact arising in the case. It is therefore important that you do not form or express an opinion until you've heard all the evidence. Trials can take place months or sometimes years after the events in question. So some witnesses will remember more than others. Some may appear calm, some may not. Try to remain fair and objective. It's important to listen carefully to all evidence. Let the judge know if you have not heard or understood something, or if you need a break. You must not act as an amateur detective performing your own independent investigation. So you really got to think about what's in the case. And this is the judges are doing this as well. So in the lesser courts, they are judging based on what they're hearing and seeing. So sometimes you'll have read or heard something about a case through newspapers. You can't use that. Okay? It's important that you do not allow anything you might have seen in films or television about court cases to play a role in your decision making. So you can take notes and talk about it. Is there anything else? Yeah, so everything else is just procedural, so I'm not going to go through it, but it's just, there it is. This is the section I wanted to show you, evidence. So evidence in the court consists of oral evidence given by witnesses and physical objects such as photographs, documents, firearms, exhibits. Could be a lot of things. So the jury's verdict must be based solely on the evidence presented during the trial. There's strict rules about what evidence can be given in court and what questions can be asked. So the lawyers may object to the questions or to other evidence, and the judge makes a ruling on whether the evidence is admissible. And so sometimes some things might not be appropriate for the jury to hear. They get asked to leave the court for the time being while they discuss something, and then you can come back in. But the reason for this is all the rights of all parties are protected and the questions of law are properly decided by the judge as they arise. So you're looking at the facts of what happened, and you've got to be very above it. You're only deciding based on the evidence. So the jury should not feel resentful that being excluded for that period, because that's actually proper process. The judge will ensure that the jury is properly informed of everything it needs to know about the law or the facts in order to reach a verdict. Yeah, so that was the bit I wanted to show you. I think everything else, I mean, I'm not gonna. So yeah, it's all managed by the court, jury duty, and I have been asked twice, and both times I've been excused again. One time because I moved, and the other time because I have a disablement. So I went in there and I said, I've just been in hospital, and they said, okay, and they exempted me straight away. I don't know if they'll contact me again, but they may do, they may not. Anyway, so Jurors Handbook, and I'm purging, so this is just, you can see through the paper. Anyway, so that was a really cool find in the law library, but it's not one you can get easily. You'll have to dig around if you want to look at that one. Okay, thank you.